Welcome, guys. It's another episode of the Neutral Corner. It's Danny Glover, persistence beats resistance, and we're here with my special guest,
Mad,
Dean
man.
Whyte. You know where it is.
Wow, mad. I like that entrance. That was pretty. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Wavy?
Let's go on in little piece still, you get me?
Yeah,
The Neutral Corner.
Thank you very much.
Go on.
So yeah, man, so how's things been going? What you
Things
been
is
up
good,
to
you
lately?
know. I've had to go through extraordinary traffic to get here. I contemplated turning around quite a few times. I saw red on my sat nav, and I was like, why did I sign up for this? I could have been relaxing on Sunday, having a drink or unwinding, doing something else instead of being caught in this traffic. But we made it through and we're here today. So yeah,
You got a little
wanted to
problem.
show a bit of support anyway. It's all good.
No, much appreciated. You thought it was Camden. But
I don't know what I was thinking. I swear I saw Camden when you sent it, but
yeah,
I don't know. Do you know when people sometimes send me stuff, I'm doing like multi stuff. So I look, like I pull it down. I said, at least I've kind of have a hazard where it is. I ended up driving 30 minutes the wrong way. Then I was fuming. I was driving. I was very fuming. But
I appreciate you.
It's all good.
Still coming through.
It's all good.
Could have bailed out. Well, yeah, man. So we just want to talk about, get people to know more about you, things they may not necessarily know. So, what's your background like? Where did you grow up, and things like that?
So I grew up Brixton, Clapham, around there, Jamaican.
What part of Jamaica?
We're all about Jamaica, man. To be honest with you, I don't really go where my family go. I just done my own thing, and I went there, and I'm like more for me. I'm over like Ochi. I'm an Ochi man on a grill.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't really, if truth be told, like when it comes to family, it's kind of a bit mad in terms. I've just more been kind of partying with the man. Them. I used to just been going. Did I see you Dream Weekend before actually?
No, that was my brother. And
yeah, that's what I say. So I just used to ended up going there. I just was going there. I lived there. I lived over there. I was over in what's that? No, my brain is kicking me. Where was I again? My brain's a bit mad right now. But in between Ochi and Mobay.
Yeah, Mandeville.
Nah, Mandeville. It's through Mandeville where you go to Browns Hill, but there's a bit there. I can't. It's just slipping me. There's a beach there as well.
Okay,
like Discovery Bay,
Runaway
St.
Bay.
Anne's. There you go.
Yeah, St. Anne's.
So I rented a house over there, and I was living there for a few years. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But we got family all around there. You know what I mean? Even now, I got a few brethren who I look after down there, and people. So, but mainly, like I said, I'm a man that just kind of do my own thing. You get me? If I go, and to be honest, I ain't been there for a few years. I used to go Dream Weekend every year, and that was the only time I kind of went. I went in the grill, then I went over, checked my people, Kingston, and I had Savlamar and St. Thomas, all around there, St. Catherine, St. Elizabeth, Black. To be honest, man, you just, when you go there, you just get a car and you just stop in and check all your people in. But it's like, I think mainly the people I kind of keep in contact with either brethren who have been dipped or something like that, and a few family members.
So are you more the pothole road man, or do you go on the toll road?
Nah, the rusty roads, boy. Yeah, do you know what? I think they were building them roads, I think, back in when I was coming up. I think I could have even been on there one time, but this is kind of long time, not back in the mad days, but a little while back. But like I said, I'm kind of like, I don't really see most of these little countries. Jamaica's similar to that. Like I've been in many different countries, but because of the badness that goes in there, I don't try and mingle and catch up in nothing and do no former mingling with people and catch up in sitting. Like, for example, I go back, Dill don't go back to yard. He just don't go.
Yeah, I'm so surprised because I thought I'd have seen videos of him.
No, he's not interested in that. No way. But I think he looks at things he talks about, remember the boxer that was killed? Was it Blvckbox?
Yeah, Trevor Blvckbox.
Yeah, he was killed over some land. I said, no one gives a shit about you, homeboy. I said, like, yeah. So I've got other family, my other brothers. No, to be honest, like I said, not a lot of people go back to Jamaica. It's not everyone wants to go. Remember, I go because I'm a party kid. I want to go and party. I do check certain family members. I do have moments where I go and do my bit or I send people money, but I don't really dilly-dally because I'm a man who likes to wear jewelry and watching certain things. So I don't really mess around in, you know what I mean? Jamaica's not a place you go and
hang in the garrisons.
Yeah, I don't do that. Certain people do that, but I know people who do that and end up dead. So I don't really go and do certain things. I just kind of do what I need to do and go about my business. And any country is the same. I've been many different countries around the world. I don't go there and mess about because, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't speak their language, you don't understand what's going on. Everyone is hungry. There's beer sufferers everywhere around the world. Even in your own backyard, I don't ramp going around too much places in my own ends, let alone traveling thousands of miles across the Atlantic to go and catch up with bad man and they got gun. I've been Ghana, I've been, where have I been? Dominican, I've been Mexico, I've been many. Brazil was the next. Brazil was mad though.
Yeah.
Brazil was real mad. And over there, they're things serious. So these countries, you don't talk the language, you definitely don't want to. You don't even know what the man's saying to you when he's jumping out on you. He could be telling you to take off your things. You don't even know what he's telling you. Before you notice, you just get peer buying. You get what I'm trying to say?
Peer car buying.
Peer buying, you know. You're just like, yo, hold on, wait a minute. You get me?
Oh my Lord.
For me, I don't know. I kind of just like I think I was saying to you off air even. I just see my thing is I got my little people, my little team of people I just mess with, and it's just I just work like that, man. Because otherwise, you'd be disappointed with many things in the world. That's how I found anyway. Obviously you're a little bit younger than me, so I don't know how your journey in life is. I just feel like sometimes there's a lot of talking or people let you down and things don't go according. So I feel like my core brethren or family I just work with that. And then outside that, obviously there's the extended family who I haven't seen, or a man might yell me and say, yo, send me a rare. I'll just do that. Or yeah, give me our money. Cause I got brethren who are there now, I send money to all the time. I got family.
And a barrel.
I just let the others do that. I might buy them things. Cause look, I'm going to send down some Hennessy and some other things. A couple of my little cousins, them's going down in a minute. So I was talking to them on Friday. I just give them clothes and they'll send. But like I said, I don't really have no bare time and just sit down chatting. I'm busy. No, seriously. Like, I'm seriously busy. And if it's not working, actually, I'm plotting. You understand? I got a plot and plan. Because like I said, as a man coming from where man come from the roads, come from nothing and doing things, it's not an easy inroad. There's never been no easy inroad for man. Whatever now that man's become older, I can appreciate and understand the way of the world. And I say, well, I just got to adapt and make certain steps around things. If there's a parapet there and I see if me step here so I could drop down, I'm not going to step there. I'm going to go around and find a way where I can go to a clear route to get the same end goal. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's how I kind of move. And enough times, you could be mad at people who you think should be helping you or upset, but in the end goal, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and reflect. The only way you're getting stuff done is if you do it yourself or you have the right team around you to make shit happen. And this is where we are now, you get me? So I
like the way you've put that into full circle, back to business, into your business module.
Exactly. So that's my thing. So I just kind of, I think we've got a formula and I've seen it, in terms of how it works. We've built the infrastructure pretty good. We've had our third show the other day. Mm-hmm. Boxing High is free.
Yeah.
So
at the Tolworth Centre, big. Now, what I was very even from the
you said I
show,
can beat to ragga.
Yep.
Reggae ragga.
Yep.
Reggae ragga.
Show collaborator.
Reggae ragga. I heard one yard man say that.
So what I was very impressed with, like even from the first show, was the production, the way you had like the scaffolding thing around the ring, the big Titantron. The music, the food. Mm-hmm. You had the waitresses taking your orders, like for the VIPs and stuff. Yeah. Plus you had the normal bar. It was very, very modern. Like it's very innovative what you're doing. So I proper rate that. So where did you get that idea from? Where did you get that idea from?
Yeah, again, it comes down to how I perceive and look at stuff and what I like. So I've looked at boxing as a whole, and I looked at what I think's missing or could be lacking. Like what I first thought of as when there's no fights in boxing is quite boring. You're just there sitting, there's no vibes, there's no energy, nothing ain't going on. And I was thinking, well, as a whole, as black folks or Asians or whatever culture, even if you're, to be honest, coming from London, the cosmopolitanness of London, there's a culture. Anyway, so everyone kind of dances or listens to the same music, has kind of that same energy. So I thought, why not try and bring this culture of where man's from to boxing? Like I said, going back, I'm a party kid. But now that I'm doing a lot more work, the partying slowed down a bit. So I still chill out with my brethren and go places, but everything's more strategic business placement. You know what I mean? So obviously I consider myself as the product, and my brand is myself and how I maneuver where I go and what I'm doing to make an end goal with business. So with the show, obviously we like to go out, we like to get tables, me and my guys.
Yeah.
Go to club, get table, buy beer bottles and
likewise.
You know what I mean? Like, so you get me? So we kind of make it rain, do our little thing and cut through. So I thought, well, you know, if we can bring that element, VIP package, you know, the red tape, just like any VIP, the big screens and
the
red carpet, the whole vibe. The DJs, what we have, playing the music, you know what I mean? And then obviously, because it's a dating, having the jerk and the food is a great touch as well, you know what I mean? So we captivated all of that, and it's been a success. Even the British board on the last one was so pleased with how we conducted ourselves. There was even the staff, they were saying it's very efficient and how smooth everything is. When you ask them for something, we've got everything written down, notched down on a pad or a paper, and it's just efficient. You can get your answers very quick. And they were just happy. They was over the moon with the food as well. They said, wow, what marvelous, exquisite food.
Yeah, because what it is, you had laminated with the food menu, so it's very simplistic. Even the drinks menu, you can have your 25ml shot, your 50ml, or you can buy the bottles, and it's all efficient. Also, because I know I've in some Twitter spaces, and there's a matchmaker called Jack Gladman, and he was saying that he's heard about and he wants to come to your next show because he's heard how it's very, very new and he likes the vibe.
Yeah,
and he
vibrant,
said, he's heard people saying that they like the personal touch of the customer service, where people are coming up to them, asking them, how are you, everything okay, taking orders, checking in on them. So it's just those little things, rather than you just sitting down and in between a fight, you're just sitting there listening to some
anything
90s. I need your love.
Yeah, it's kind of mad. So even going back to the production, obviously it's a lot more expensive of the production. The show what we put on is a full all-out show anyway, but the production is a lot bit more costly. So I can understand why maybe other promoters don't always do it, because it is a big additional cost. But, you know, I felt like it was always going to be needed to separate ourselves and make ourselves stand out. I've been to loads of shows, and it's like now I feel like we have sport. A lot of people, when we look at what they're getting for, they pay more money to go to other shows, because I'm seeing like some shows are charging £100 for rings at 120, 110, £50 for their standards. And I'm saying, wow, you know, it's kind of a bit of a, you know, what I'm looking at for what we're giving a lot more. But that is the idea, to give back a little bit as well, to give a bit more bang for their buck. Yeah. So we want to create an atmosphere and a vibe where people just, you know, are happy. People are trying to want to come on the show, and we're getting that. We're getting a lot of fighters that want to come and fight on the show because they're seeing what it looks like. And if you can't get onto the big boy shows, then at least, you know, you can get onto this show, which is going to be, it's always going to be packed from what, you know, if we're going off what we've been doing, we're packed every single time. The ambience, the vibes, the energy is electric, and then the music is the right music, man. And you're just vibes, and we're playing all music for everyone, but we understand the people that are there. Obviously, boxing is becoming a little bit your younger crowd. Even the older people that are coming and enjoy themselves. We've got the 360, people are going on that. We've got the punch machine at the back.
I rinsed bare money on that punch machine.
Yeah.
You must have seen the videos of
Lee,
Alloys,
Arsenio
Byfield.
Yeah.
Bare man, Chris Congo, it was all rinsing. Bare coins. He took enough sheets of us for that. It was a very good vibe. And funny enough, there's some established boxers, household names, they're having a bit of trouble getting on shows, and they feel they're being sort of blackballed or shelved, and they're saying that I've recommended that they hit you up, and they said they think they're gonna come over to Blvckbox and make a debut on your debut on your show, and they're looking to fight on a show because they heard that it's very good, and they think that can propel them back into the.
What we're doing is, look, we're trying to build grassroots boxing, and we're moving quite swiftly because we've had 3 shows in 6 months. We've got a joint show in conjunction with Victor Smith, the 25th of June. So that would be 4 shows basically in 7 months. And then I should have another show in July if I'm lucky, and then September, November. So that would say we'd have, what is that, 7 or 8 shows in
1 year.
in 1 year. That's a lot of
In a
shows.
season.
Yeah. I remember this is our first season. So, I mean, we're looking to see out the year. And to be honest, if I get the formula right, because I've just applied for a new venue in Maidstone, if we get that, it's not going to be as big as the other shows. It would be similar number, about 1,000, 1,200, but it's a smaller place, but it's got everything in there already. Everything, like the production, everything's in there, lights, screens. So it'll be easier for me to do smaller shows out in there, but still kind of not have to, because my shows that we do, it takes a lot of time and work and planning to make sure we've got, and we end up having about 60, 70 staff in there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, it's a big, a lot of planning and, make sure we're crossing the dots and the T's and the I's and make sure we've got everything in place because, there's a lot of eyes watching.
Yeah.
And I think they've been watching because even from the first show, there was like someone, I know a lot of people say it's kind of funny. Guys are going, nah, that show is never going to happen. Them guys, they've had to pull 2 shows. Nah. And then it's gone through. Beginner's luck. Yeah, I heard it was all right. Beginner's luck.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and it's funny you say that because I remember the first show. If you remember the first weigh-in, no one wanted to turn up and do any filming. Obviously, I did, and then now I noticed that some of the big wigs are now turning up to your weigh-ins and start to realize, okay, this is actually a thing. And I know before you may have had a bit of trouble, behind the scenes stuff with certain members of Bulls or whatever, getting certain licenses or whatever. But now, as you're saying, they're talking about how exquisite. And how they like the production, so you're probably getting it easier. I
think we still had problems. We had a lot of problems, to be honest. We had about 20 fights turned down for that last show. That was probably one of the hardest I've had to deal with. But then obviously, I feel like I spoke to some of them at the Craig and Whyte fight, and it was like, we've been hearing really good things. This board member here mentioned how good your show was, how efficient it was run. We'd definitely like to be, one of them whenever the time comes and enjoy the atmosphere, and you're doing good stuff, continue. I think what it is I feel like they want me to do certain parts as well. We could talk about that another time when it finally figures out there's things they want me to do. So I think they're on my case. So I was already planning to do them anyway, but it was just, they're now saying, well, look, we see like your avenue, we can see where you have got a different lane and we can understand the direction you're kind of going in. So, we're happy to help and push you and make sure, we can continue helping you grow. Sounds good. It does sound good.
Yeah.
It's just that all if it actually is something that actually, is done basically, or, sometimes things are just words. But I mean, like I said, I take this stuff with a pinch of salt nowadays, Carl. Just where man's come from and how man's grown up. I try not to get too much caught up in certain stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've been there as well where you get caught up and you're happy about something and then you get let down. So you'd rather just continue just being the underdog and having that mindset and building and just saying, you know what, I'll know when I get there. I've got some good stuff going on and things that are happening. I've had some amazing conversations with people over the last couple of weeks. And there are some really good things potentially on the cusp of happening, but I've just got to cross that line. And once that does, it'll be good. It'll be good because then, it shows me all the years prior COVID, pre-COVID, where we was planning to do this. I think COVID did played a good part because I wanted to do this before COVID.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready though.
Okay.
But in my mind, I thought I was ready. But I wasn't ready. I think that COVID situation gave me a lot of time to write stuff down, document stuff, analyze, getting all the questions I needed and get answers from people to understand certain things. I got a lot of help talking to a lot of people in and around the scene. Big up them, man. I spoke to Mo Pryor. He's cool. Lee Eaton, was somewhat helpful. There was quite a few people that was quite helpful, just, giving certain insight and understanding. But then, I'm someone who learns myself. Whatever someone tells me, I need to go and investigate myself because you can't take people's word for what it is. But there's always people, like I said, I don't know, the game's kind of strange, but like I said, those people were helpful. So I'll take it for what it is. And I continue to kind of get little bits of information off of them. But I do somewhat feel that I think I understand it now. 3 shows in, if I'm not understanding it enough, then I'm doing something wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm sharp enough to get the gist. You know what I mean? 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. I'm not saying I know it all. But, you know, I'm sure after this 3rd show, we definitely are starting to understand, you know, how we can do this and how we want to be better. And that's what our ultimate goal is, to continuously grow and get better each time and make the show get better and the experience get better. So it's quite a fundamental fact what we've got to try and continue to do. So yeah, it's good times, man, in the future, God willing, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about, as you saying, you know, growing up and the underdog, a lot of people may not know that you actually have a fighting background yourself. So would you like to talk about, you know?
Yeah, I could
what is
talk
it you
about
do?
it. So I came from wrestling, jiu-jitsu. So
What, Greco-Roman or?
more like a little bit, we used to do catch and just normal wrestling. I didn't like gi and all that shit. I hated gi. A lot of the boys liked all that. I
So
didn't
like Taz.
What do you mean?
He did like catch. Do you remember the wrestler Taz?
I'm not sure.
He used to do all them like catch suplex moves and
Is
all.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did that. Listen, I was moving around because you see, when I do something, I like to proper put my all in, you know. So I was in Florida wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Fort Lauderdale. Obviously, all the Jamaicans are. I don't know how I ended up there, but
On the Key West.
so I ended up down there. There was a gym. It's like a boxing gym, a few boxers and wrestlers. I was there. Dan Pretterzelli. Do you remember Dan Pretterzelli was in UFC? He was in there. He was one of the head guys down there. That's when I was there for a bit. And then I went from there. I went to Brazil, Jiu-Jitsu, and I was in Modras dos Cruzes, which is in Sao Paulo. So I used to be pretty decent, could move pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty fast when I move into positions, especially certain. But after, in the end, I realized Jiu-Jitsu is for small people.
Not really.
No, trust me, the positions, they're not made for big. If you look up the UFC, the bigger guys have got certain moves. Do you know how much moves there is in Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah, there's a
Big
lot.
guys don't do something, because remember, they got to get their legs into, listen, we got bigger muscles in different places, so it's harder to do.
Flexibility.
Yeah. So,
Like Ngannou, he's improving, but you can see he's very limited. Because I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu down Team Underground. I don't know if you know.
yeah, of course, yeah, I know.
Man like Jonathan Haggerty and them, man, with them Muay Thai and all that. So
I know that name because of the Muay Thai, obviously. So I did K1 kickboxing, Muay Thai.
okay,
Red Dragons, that's who I used to fight for.
okay. So how did that go?
No, that went all right. I did all right. I think I lost 1 fight and then
How many did you have?
won the rest. I think I had about 7, 8, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then did a couple boxing white collars, won all them. And then just really, I thought about going pro for a bit. And then Dill was on me, said, Pussy, you don't go out there and disgrace my name, you know. If you lose, I'm going to have to be like Vitaly. I'm going to have to come out and beat the guy for you. And you know, remember Vladimir used to lose and Vitaly used to come and beat the guy and then Vlad would fight him again.
Yeah, that's the same with the. Do you remember Tommy Morrison?
Yeah.
He had a brother who was a bit of a journeyman, and all the people that beat his brother, Tommy Morrison on the way through made sure that he broke up all of them.
Yeah. So that's what Dill was like.
Tommy Gunn, you know.
Yeah.
Tommy
So
Morrison,
Dill was like, little pussy, don't go out there and lose, man, car. You discredit us, man. And then I got to go around beating their ass and then you're going to have to go and seek redemption after. Then I was like, obviously, I think I was going to try and do the amateur, but I left it way late.
Yeah.
I think I was like 37 trying to do that. It was like...
But I heard about you though, because
Yeah,
I don't remember, you know, J Money.
Who's that one?
J Money, short, tonk, Ghanaian brother.
Where's he from?
East.
Oh, I think so. Yeah. What is
security.
kickboxing? MMA.
No,
What's his name?
he did like karate, but he does security.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, he's about your age, and he told me that one time at some venue, some youths must have been giving some lip or whatever, and you must have gave him like the steep front kick and just sent them. I was like, right, is it? He goes, yeah, trust me, he's agile for a big guy, you know.
Trust me, huh?
I was like, really, can he? He's like, no, I saw it with my own eyes.
I think you should, even my boxing, fam, I've got, my timing is mad, you know, fam.
We'll have to have a move around.
You need to Don't come and move around. Watch first before you get yourself killed, Kevin.
Listen, trust me, ask
I
about
won't be
me.
there for that. I won't be there for that. You see what you're doing there? I won't be there for that.
Obviously, that's
It's
a little window shimmy.
Right at the end, you'll be at the end of that until the pain comes.
I'm not Apollo James Jackson, I'll tell you that for free.
But yeah, no, my kicking was good. I used to do that kicking. Muay Thai was good. It's hard though. I can feel it now though. That kind of mash you up, wrestling, thingy bob. And then it's quite funny. I always kind of tell this story even. So when we was doing kickboxing, we used to travel everywhere, go around. And we used to go places. And then obviously when we'd go there, it would either be me or Dill fighting or whatever, you know what I mean? But we just look like bullies, fam.
Yeah.
We're just there, just turning up, looking menacing at these places. And then enough times they'd pull out because they're saying, right, them two just nut jobs. I ain't fighting none of those boys. You get me? And then it was funny because I don't even know, whenever he decided to turn to boxing, I was like, what the fuck are you going to do there? You can't knee or elbow no one. You can't even kick. What are you going to do there? I didn't understand it, you get me? I was like, oh, that's rubbish. And he's like, no, trust me, this is where the money is.
So has he surprised you of how far he's got from boxing? As he did start quite because he obviously came from a different martial arts background.
Do you know what? It wasn't never a surprise because it was always, I felt like the ability was there, the mentality. Because remember, this is this is a mentality as well in people. You have to have that mental fortitude to believe in yourself first and foremost anyway.
Yeah. And
believe you're unbeatable. Even if you are beaten, still have that. And not many people do. Once they get beaten, they lose that aura. And that's like example I like to use. He was a good fighter, David Price. You know, once he got beat the 2 times by Thompson.
Yeah, Tony Thompson.
He was never the same again. He didn't seem to have that invincibility, that aura, you know what I mean?
Yeah, his confidence.
That confidence was shot. And once that's gone, it's a difficult thing to gain back, you know what I mean? So I felt like, obviously, Dill was always like that guy that would just always go. We went bare places. We went all around the world sparring and training. And he was just always on it. Always gave a good account of himself. And you could just see that, you know, there's some people you just know that was always going to be up there. And then obviously you got the good team behind him. And, you know, you need luck. You need to be, there's many things you need to have along the way. Even with me just being here and doing things, there had to be luck. And there's work and there's just your timing. There's just many things. The stars need to align for things to collide for how you're meant to go. Sometimes you get the luck of rubber the green and sometimes you don't. But I mean, I felt like, you know, the history with him and Joshua was quite a key factor to bouncing on. Because once Matchroom came in and was doing their thing, signed Joshua, that was always coming back, him in that fight. And then, you know, people didn't really know Dillian and that much. A little bit of people knew him. Bouncing off of that loss and coming back, he's giving himself, you know, the ultimate platform.
Yeah.
And then just getting to where this is, I mean, as much as I say, yeah, I felt like it, but we never knew that boxing was going to be in a place where it was going to be. You know what I mean?
We never knew boxing would make it this far.
You get me? Trust me. Listen, it was that fight in front of 95,000 people was surreal. As much as I couldn't get to take it in and enjoy it as much as possible because there was a task at hand. But I mean, you know, it's still a wonderment to look back from all these years of just being in combat sport, doing wrestling, doing kickboxing, doing, you know, whatever it is we've done all these years coming up from youth to now, and then to be here and say, look, you know, you fought for the WBC world title. Obviously, we're on the wrong side of history, coming up short. But I mean, it's just an amazing, you know, thing to be involved in and say we was part of that. I didn't get to enjoy it properly or, you know, take it in. But, you know, he'll come again, man.
Yeah.
I'm more than confident. He seems cool now. He's chilling. He's just taking some time out. And now he's saying, look, to be honest, I've had a month off. I just want to go back now to get busy and get back to work and try and get the biggest fights that are available and try and see what we can do. If Tyson Fury is really, really retiring, like he says, then it's great because then the WBC title will become available and then Deontay Wilder is there and he's there. So, you know, both of those guys came up short against Fury. So why not make that fight and solidify and see who is the top guy for that belt. You know what I mean? At the minute, so there's good times, big fights ahead, big money for all of those boys in heavyweight boxing.
Yeah.
As a boxing fan, I don't want to see Tyson Fury go because I feel like I don't think Dillian was being outclassed at all in that fight. I felt like it was there wasn't much in it. It was a proper chess match, and I would have liked
very
to.
Good first round.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have stayed southpaw for a bit longer.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I felt like it's easier said than done when you're in there. When we look at things and what we was actually trying to do, some of them weren't really working because obviously it's a big old unit. But still, I felt like a rematch. I felt like there's fight with AJ or Usyk winner. There's still fights for Fury. You know, as fans, you'd like to see because you don't want it to all be said and done, and you think, I wonder what would have happened, or I think he would have smashed AJ, or AJ will smash him, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? But we'd like to see these fights because they're just great nights and nights to talk about and remember. You know what I mean? But and probably being part of it, being in there in some capacity, watching it as a fan. But I mean, listen, man, it's just being part of boxing now and, you know, coming as far as man's come, obviously still doing his work, me building my lane, just being someone who does a lot of media and content, talking and, you know, growing the Blvckbox brand solely off of just talking, really. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of wonderful. I was saying that to someone the other day. You know, God is good, man. You know what I mean? When I look back and think about it, it's changed everything and opened up different doors. And like I said, money isn't the be all, but obviously, we all want to get fed off this thing.
Yeah, money up your neck.
Yeah. And then what I want to do is make sure I build and grow and bring my people through how it's meant to be.
Absolutely.
And not everyone has that same philosophy and how things should be done. I don't believe it makes sense, me coming through, making all the money, and then I've still got to do handouts. I'd rather make money, we all make money, we all live good and do our thing. And so this is the long-term goal. But I mean, we're on the right path, man. You know what I mean? God willing, we're on the right path. But yeah, I was talking to someone the other day, it's just mad how when you say, this person's made a great career just out of talking or doing stuff. I think the best is yet to come anyway still. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like I said, I feel like through boxing, I live an amazing life. And it's changed from, oh God damn. From baby thing. Not even baby thing. That was the early parts of coming into, that was probably the beginning of a lot of the interview stuff. But I mean, before that, like where man come from before, even entering the gym period, to be honest. Because before that, we were just outside. Yeah, that was a whole different world, you get me? So the transition and changing, all the people that know me, they always go, right, it's mad how you kind of switch on when the lights come on, the cameras come on, and how you articulate yourself and speak. And I say, well, you know, I think this is just evolution.
But how important do you think that is, that you do articulate yourself well and show the general public that not everyone you perceive to be from a certain demographic come out with all the wagwan, you're my G, and all this ebonics and illiterate...
I think you just hit it all on dunks, as they dunks, but No, I think you hit it on the head, man. Look, you know, sometimes we are looked on and there's aspersion casted because of where we come from. Could be the colour of our skin or just me being big. And,
but sometimes
maybe wearing a certain clothing or being too loud. Some might, you know, there's a term they love to use. You're quite aggressive. You seeming... You know, the police stop people. You seem quite aggressive and threatening. So it's a term they use quite a lot. But we're coming from the demographic we come from, we are a little bit more vocal. We are a little bit more boisterous.
Abrasive.
You understand? So these kind of things, as them dealing with us for years, they should kind of know this anyway. So it is a bit of a 360 coming from where man's come from and people seeing man. But like I said, as I grow and I evolve as a man, as someone who's seen the world, and, you know, I feel like, you know, it's inevitable that there will be changes as we get older.
But I think all types of demographics have certain characteristics because they say we might come across aggressive or abrasive and loud, but then also I notice quite a lot of Eastern European people come across quite aggressive and very blunt and quite rude, but that never gets stigmatized in a bad way. And it affects them as a society in general. And also, I do believe that sometimes we don't help ourselves where we are intelligent, but we feel that we have to talk dumb to seem cool or seem down with the program and use silly words when we don't necessarily have to. Like too much, even with certain TV programs, sometimes they overdo it with the blood fam gang, yo, G. I'm like,
I know
come
what you're
on, we don't
saying.
really talk
Mocky,
like that.
mocky.
Yeah, it's a bit too much.
I know what you mean. To be honest, I don't really tend to watch them programs anyway, but I know what you mean. I've seen them and they over exaggerate it and make it look a bit clumsy. And it is kind of sort of like a dig at us anyway.
Yeah, but I find it very refreshing that people like yourself, myself, and other people can show that we do come from good stock. We do know how to articulate ourselves, and we can mix with everybody and mingle with everybody, rub shoulders. You can invite us everywhere. We're not going to turn over the place.
Yeah. We'll adapt to the environment,
of course,
and that's what it should be, though.
Like a chameleon.
Yeah, exactly. Bingo. See it there. I always say that to people, man. You got to adapt, man. And but that's in time. You know, some people start off and have never been through a certain path. They're just naturally a certain way. Some people have grown up in the hood and they're going to end up only being a certain way. But I mean, look, there's different strokes for different folks. Right now, the lane I'm in, it makes what I would say, it calls for me to conduct myself a certain way. And sometimes I still have a little bit of patois and banter just to keep the line so we understand, you know what I mean? It's all, you know what I mean? I'm a guy from the UK, so for me to speak English is fine. You know, the heritage is of Caribbean heritage, so if I want to talk that, then that's what it's going to be. There's a lot of people who are born in UK or could be Polish, for example, like Carl Froch. That was quite news to me when I found out that he was Polish, because I thought he was as English as they came, you know what I mean? And then when I found that his heritage was that, I was like, oh, okay, there's nothing wrong with Polish. I know a lot of Polish people. They're sound people, you know what I mean? I suppose if you don't get on the wrong side of it, you know what I mean? I suppose it's like anyone. But I mean, you know, when you start to get it, but like, other than that, like I said, I just do what I need to do. But my objective now is solely business, planning, plotting, scheming to get to where I need to be, so I can smile, an even bigger smile for the doubters that didn't believe. You know what I mean? The non-believers, the guys that wanted to, like I say, leave only crumbs on the table and say, oh, it's a shame. We had a great spread here today. Unfortunately, you've come when it's all finished. Would you like some water? They well know that can't feel me, you know? You know, just offer me beer, water. And I'm saying, bloody hell, go on then. Skin my teeth. You understand? But it's the game, man. And I'm, like I said, I'm happy to play the game. And I like to play fool for catch wise sometimes. I give you a little latitude to a degree. But then when you cross that, I will G-check you as well. So
absolutely,
it's one of them. But yeah, man, good things is occurring, man. God willing, we stay on the path and just continue to strive for greatness. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I see you got your managers. Like, so you're managing some fighters. You've got a female fighter in America.
Got a female in America, yeah.
You got any more fighters you're looking to work with out there?
Yeah, we're always looking, man. We're always looking. It is difficult though, you know what, being here. I'm probably gonna, like I said, I got some things going on. I got to go back to America, got to go back to Mexico. Once that is complete and that goes according to plan, I think I'll probably end up spending a little bit more time over there, because I might be doing a bit more work there. So it's just, we got to see it, and then we'll be looking for more talent from abroad. But I mean, you know, it's one step at a time.
So what's her name? And let
Tierra
people know
Brown.
about
She's
her,
from Florida, 12-0, 7 knockouts. I'm literally looking for fights for her now. So I'm in contact with promoters in Miami, Tennessee, Memphis, all around, trying to see what's the costing and stuff, if we can get opponents and stuff. So she wants to fight mid-June to end June as well. So right now we're just working with that, but I am looking to build the stock, man. I've got another fellow I'm trying to link up with who's doing stuff with American fighters as well. But all within this time, and by the end of the year, we'll see if the puzzles, connect a certain way. Hopefully we have some inroads. But Rome weren't built in a day, as they say, so I don't expect none of this to happen overnight. But yeah, we're working towards those inroads.
Yeah, because I saw you went on a business trip last year with Craig Richards. You went from the East Coast to the West Coast, so from New York to Vegas to LA. What would you say was the difference between the three cities where you watched George Kambosos versus Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney versus Jojo Diaz, and then Javonte Davis versus Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz.
Is it Pitbull, yeah?
Yeah, Isaac
Got a
Cruz.
good memory, innit?
Yeah, that's why they call me the master aficionado.
Jeez. Yeah, you're serious with it.
So what would you say was the difference between the three cities crowd-wise?
To be honest, they were all very good. They were all very vocal. What I'd say is there's a lot of Spanish and Mexicans will come out and support their boxers, which is good. Got a lot of love out there. Big up the US people as well. Cause they get a lot of love. When I go out there, I just came back the other day. Had a crazy time, Madison Square Gardens, Taylor and Serrano.
Oh, you said.
Man, love, I was doing a lot of work out there. Had good meetings from the day, from the Thursday I landed, we had meetings that night, the Friday, and throughout. And it's the same people from that time as well that we was connecting up with when we was going. And it's been it's like I said, nothing happens overnight. Mm-hmm. That was from November last year, and we've made some inroads and things are going down, and we're continuing that lane to finish the final bits of the jigsaw of the puzzle over the next 4 weeks. And if that, like I said, gets locked in, it's showbiz. Trust me.
But how would you say the culture is between the people? Because I remember in New York, I saw some woman in a glasses shop try and hustle.
Oh yeah, the woman tried to hustle us out of the money, but lucky, I was saying to my mum, let's go across the road and check it out. And then, but New York's a hustling city, man.
Yeah,
New York's.
It's like London.
I do like New York. I can't even say that. I actually like it. It's just that it's not warm. It's not as sunny as Vegas or LA, like the West Coast, you know what I mean? Vegas is always good. Like I said, it's a bit more vibes and whatever. But New York's nice. It was just cold. When we was there, it was chapping. The other day when I went, it was quite sunny. It was not bad when I went there. I think I went there a couple of weeks back. Was it 4 weeks ago? Yeah, I think I came back 4 weeks ago. Yeah,
about a month ago, yeah.
So that was calm down there. But in terms of like the atmosphere, nothing beats UK boxing fans, man. We've got the best fans in the world. But like I said, the atmosphere in there, the Mexicans in Vegas were wilding. In LA, where Javonte fought, that was like Showtime, that was Mayweather. There was a lot more black folks and cultural and rappers, basketball players, and it was like proper little showdown. It coming probably similar like what we're doing, you know what I mean? A lot more the music, them boys smoking in there and all that. They were just, you know what I mean? All the money boys around came out for Javonte and that Mayweather-esque stuff. So I mean, like I said, boxing in a whole is thriving all around the world, you know what I mean? So it was good. Craig was doing his thing with sparring in Vegas with the Cubans and then went out to Wild Card. So, I mean, it's great times, man. Look, I feel there's big business to be done in America though, you know what I mean? I was trying to set him up with some big fights out there, talking to some people as well. But, he found out some stuff out there, which he didn't realise as well when he was out there, that there's fights that was offered which he wasn't told about, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so
good money.
Big fights, money fights, though. He should have been told, but hey. Or if the money was offered and they were saying that he turned the fight down, he was like, what? I wasn't even offered the fight.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's who you know. But luckily I got there's big boys that, that I can converse with and meet up with, and I think he figured it out and saying, okay, well, I guess I'm last on the roster to get the information.
Yeah.
But I suppose that's how it goes if it goes for a chain.
Yeah.
Remember, there's certain guys that want to make the money. Like they'd put John Ryder in front of him every single time to take the bigger money fights.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
It's not if so, but it's as a fact.
Yeah.
But look, it is what it is.
That is, it is what it is. The same with Frank Warren Stable. Yeah.
Anthony Yard
and Callum Johnson. We know who's going to get pushed.
Yeah,
first because they've got better marketability, longer shelf life. It's just what it is. The same way De La Hoya always got pushed in front of Floyd at top rank
until he got thump up.
But then Floyd. Remember, he had to buy himself out of the contract because he just was getting mugged off. He felt so. That's just boxing and part of the parcel. But it's a good thing that you do travel. You guys have a passport and you get to travel the world and learn these things. Otherwise, you've always been in the dark.
Man. And I always say it's good to talk, man. You know what I mean? And I'm fortunate enough, like I said, these interviews I do transcend the world. It's quite mad. And like when you go places and you meet people, it's so mad that a lot of people, things I've done You know, when I see people I see on TV and then I see them and they're yelling, man, oh, yeah, big up, big man. You know, like, so you'd think, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I know, oh, that's my man. But then they're like, oh, you're mine. You know, like, so it's kind of like, you think, bro, and going to America, it was quite eye-opening when I first went there. And the love I got when I got into the MGM, it was crazy, bro.
Well, you know, these people, they would have heard about you saving flights and, you know what I mean, having to rough up, man.
So it's kind of mad when you get that and then you think, wow.
And saving, you know, the undisputed champion Josh Taylor
as well. Yeah. So we're two-time hero of the world, baby.
Yeah, you know.
So I think
Kevin Costner,
collides and helps and builds. You know what I mean? And then obviously even the other day, the thing with Tyson Fury's does. There seems to be a lot of what's the word? Trending moments.
Well, I've had my little trending moment, as you would have seen last week.
Yeah.
With my good mate Dwayne Sinclair, Hot Shots. Yeah, but it's all love.
I see Eddie post it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and Coogan. But so, going by that, funny enough, on top, do you feel that, you see when Dillian's in the ring, because some people like Tunde Ajayi say it, and I felt it last week, like when your family's in the ring or in a build-up or whatever, like John Fury would have seen with Tyson, do you feel like you're in there with him, so you kind of get
the nervous energy,
emotionally invested
of course,
into the scene? So I can see why John would do, because he's his son. Like,
no, absolutely, but there was no need for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't say anything to him.
Yeah,
I was just standing there.
Yeah,
and he just went nuts. And even Fury was like, "Dad, what are you doing? Just chill the fuck out. Everything's calm. Just relax.
Yeah.
What are you doing?"
Yeah,
and he was just doing some mad thing. I say, "Donny, I don't know what are you up to. It's not gonna work out well, though. That's what I promise you." But Patrice, my man's dad, I didn't really want to get into that. I got a little respect to, you know what I mean? He's an elder. Obviously, he says he can fight. That's all good and well, but my guy,
it's a young man's game.
Yeah, man, it's not gonna go how you think it's gonna go. But you know, respect to him. I just let it slide, and we had a little moment after, which was good. We had a little pull and a tug and a shove, like Carl Frost says.
Oh yeah, I saw your little sparring by the fence.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny, but in the end, it's all. You know, they say it's all good in love and war, man. You know what I mean? But to be honest, they were quite respectful after the fight. So,
also, can you clear up, because I know someone's tried to stitch you up, where they showed some footage of you, like looking like you're celebrating with Team Fury after the fight.
That was before,
but it looked like you was wearing the same clothes from the weigh-in day.
Yeah. Exactly.
In the bar. But there's people sending me it and they're posting it online. I'm like, no, but this is the same clothes. He wasn't wearing them clothes in the venue.
No, exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so basically what happened was, so after the weigh-in, I was with bare man, you know, you see it was bare folks.
Yeah, all
so
black
afterwards,
gloves, like OJ.
Yeah, come on, man, we was ready, B. So we went to have a drink, literally across the road.
In the box park?
Yeah, near the box park, across. So we was out there having a drink. So we was in that pub, gone in there, bare Fury fans. So they was giving it, and then we was pretending to have a little tear up, and then they was singing Tyson, and we was saying Dylan, and little mad. I think that beginning bit where we was singing that, and then we had a little laugh, and they sat in there a bit, and I was sat over here. So a few of them was very good, bought me drinks, and we were just chatting, and I would just say, look, listen, from where we come from and where Tyson's come from, we've known him, we've grown up with him. You know what I mean? I've known him for years. So both boys, you know, they're going to both put it on the line, and there's no real losers in terms of the money and the legacy they're leaving, because this is at the pinnacle of the sport. 95,000 people in there. Tomorrow we go to record. You understand? So I was just saying, look, it is what it is. And they was like, yeah, fair douche. And said, oh yeah, hell of a man, Dean. You're just in there like a normal. I said, I'm a normal man, fam. I might do all this work, but I'm just a normal man. You see me in Tesco's, Sainsbury's, I said, wherever I choose to go, because I'm just normal. People are kind of sometimes shocked when they see me. And I'm like, what are you doing there? So I'm just like a normal man. I just do a lot of media, but I just go about my business. These other guys, they're making all the money. I do all right, but I mean, I'm just normal. So I think someone posted that up, and there was some form of funny, pun intended, by some people posting it. But like I said, I don't get involved in that, man. I leave them. Good or bad publicity is all good by me, because, you know, it builds the brand, whatever you want to say.
Publicity is good publicity.
Exactly. So I leave them to do their thing, man. Sometimes I have a go, sometimes I don't, and I just crack on. But, you know, more than anything, I just think, you know, leave them if they want to be silly buggers. I kind of, you know, sometimes I rally to them and give them a little bit of my mind, or Nowadays, I tend to just block them quite quickly because I can't be bothered. I'm wasting good, valuable energy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have it though to waste. Sometimes I have it.
Mhm.
Yeah. But most times nowadays I'm finding the little inner peace and saying, you know, blocker.
Yeah, pick your times.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
I haven't got it because the thing with some of these people, I'm saying they do all this tough guy thing, but if man was out and I seen them, you wouldn't do that.
Oh, you fucking unit.
Yeah, exactly. So
you're twice the size of me. Come on, mate. But yeah, no, we would go through a lot longer, but my producer, he come late, and I know you got places to be, so we're gonna go into
We'll try and come
the
back
fight
again,
fan.
man.
We're gonna go into the fight fan questions now quickly from SWJ to ask you what's been happening with Matchroom Hearn behind the scenes in the last 3 or 4 interviews. As he's heard, it sounds like you're unhappy with them for some reason.
I'm not happy with them. Not happy with them or unhappy, but all I was really referring to was the bid for the Fury fight. If that was AJ or anyone else, Eddie would have won the bid.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that he doesn't regard Dillian in that high esteem that he'd want to. He's second biggest person, pay-per-view fighter on his roster that you wouldn't want to pull out all the stops to get the fight on theirs. But look, it is what it is because it was a big card, and I don't know if they would have put as much. I didn't believe Warren would have done as good as they did, to be honest. And they done a great job. They done a fantastic job and pulled it off. So I don't think it's that. They're not like my friends. They're just people I see in associates or who I see and I would say hello. If maybe we don't say hello, there's nothing in it. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't really do any business with them to such. If there's business, it's more for them to offer me fights for my fighters to lose. They don't offer me fights for me to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not here for the betterment of me or Blvckbox Global. They want, anytime they message or someone messages, it's to get us to beaten and defeated. But look, I get the job. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not even, sometimes I just have a bit of a dig, like I have a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek moment. Yeah, so it's just what it is. He probably doesn't give a shit. He's making billions. He don't care about what I say.
Yeah. And Danish K asks, what do you look for in fighters when you're putting the Boxing High show cards together? Is there anything specific or just the best available?
Yeah, but I look at, the best available. Look, what we got to look at a little bit is, look, this is grassroots boxing as well. So these guys got to sell tickets, but it's just what's the best available. I try and look at what they're trying to achieve and what I'm trying to achieve. At the first show, it was post-COVID, so a lot of the guys weren't the best of shape, and you know what I mean? So coming from there, the show was okay, but the fights weren't as good. The last fight show was very, very competitive. All the fights, everyone's in a lot better shape. Even the journeymen are in better shape, and they're trying to bring it, boy, them journeymen.
Well, that first heavyweight on your first show tried to wipe out your prospect in the first fight.
Yeah,
he nearly got rid of him.
So listen, he nearly skinned him out.
Hungarian?
Yeah. And then in the second, Boxing House 2, Ivy Porter smashed that guy to cinders. But that guy is a proper danger, man. That gentleman. He's not messing around.
And I know even with your house fighters like Tony Banj, from the first show to the last show, you can see he's got a lot more toned, a lot more chiseled in his face. So even you can see.
Yeah, you can see the improvement. Even him, he was in a hard fight. That guy who fought was not messed. That guy fought yesterday against another good prospect. Gave him an absolute run for his money, bro. That guy is not messing around. So sometimes you look at I think they need it. There's certain steps and development steps these boys need. And I think it was the right fight at the right time. But I think on the card, we had a lot of good fights on Boxing House 3. So yeah.
And now we move on to the penultimate round. Question is two possible answers. You choose one. All right, ready? Red corner or blue corner?
Blue.
Left hook or straight right?
I like a left hook, and I like a straight right though, but because I like a jab hook than a right.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Right? So
yeah,
jab,
bam, bam, bam.
Boom, boom.
Yeah,
so that's
I like that move too.
Yeah.
Everlast or fly?
You know what? Everyone goes on about fly. I don't know. That's not for me. I've never really. I've Everlast had some nice gloves.
Cleto Rays or Grants?
They're not the best gloves. I don't like none of them. They kind of hurt my fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't gel well with them. People like them. I didn't gel with them.
Rival or winning?
Rival got nice, but a lot of people go on about winning. I've never had a pair of winning.
No, have I. They was always expensive. when
Yeah,
I was
they're too
boxing.
much money, but I think I could get some of them. But I mean, rival I wear.
Rival's my favourite personally.
Rivals
I
are
like
nice.
the new RS 100.
Yeah, rivals are nice. They got a lot of cushioning. They're good.
Yeah. For boots, Nike boots or Adidas boots?
I've been a Nike boots, for a long time.
Everlast or Lonsdale?
Everlast.
York Hall or O2?
O2.
Wembley Arena or Copper Box?
Wembley Arena.
Yeah, Arena, not the stadium.
Yeah, no, Wembley Arena. I heard it. OVO.
Yeah. Angel Town or Mitesfield?
Mitesfield.
That's
a good one.
Two-pack
I'm
or
always
Biggie?
in Baghdad, man. Come on. Jeez. Yeah.
Two-pack or Biggie?
Two-pack, man, more, but I do like Biggie as well.
Nas or Jay-Z?
They're both cold, But I like Jay-Z's business acumen as well. So, but they're both talented and, done a lot for us.
As you see the great posters. Ali or Tyson?
Ali, come on, the big man.
Jack Johnson or Joe Louis?
Joe Louis.
Ray Robinson or Ray Leonard?
Ray Robinson.
For announcers, Jimmy Lennon Jr. or Michael Buffer?
Michael Buffer.
For referees, Mills Lane or Steve Willis?
Steve Willis is funny as hell. We got to go with Steve. My boy Steve Willis with the one kia. He loves it.
Acre Lane or Cold Harbour Lane?
Acre Lane. Cold Harbour Lane, I'd say.
All right. For fights, Spence or Crawford?
Ooh, I love both of them boys there, man. Do you know, it's funny. I've been traveling to America for a long time, going to watch a lot of Spence's fights, He's a yard man as well, so.
Yeah, and Southside, the realest.
Yeah, trust me. So it's a bit mad, but Crawford has become man's bridge and linking him throughout the time. It's a hell of a fight.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to stick with Spence on this side of for the minute.
Yeah.
But Derek James is coach my bridge and they're just, I don't know.
Baterviev or Bivol?
In terms of what win?
Who will win if they fight? Because I imagine Baterviev will beat Joe Smith and they'll have an all-Russian showdown.
It's going to be a hard fight. I'm going to pick Bivol.
Babic or Rivas?
Hard fucking fight, but we're going to go with my boy Babbage. We can't pick against the guy. Savage Babbage.
Triple G or Jamal Charlo?
Boy, Triple G is getting old, man. I like Charlo, but Triple G is getting old. But does Charlo take them Thompson his head from Triple G? Is the question. I'll go with Charlo for now, but I'm not 100% convinced he takes them punches.
Shields or Marshall? Clarissa Shields or Savannah Marshall?
Yeah, man, come on, man. I'm going to rock with my girl, Clarissa Shields. But I tell you what, Savannah Marshall is a beast.
Yeah.
She is talented as fuck.
Yeah. Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson?
Ooh. It's mad, Yeah, again, it's the same. I've been with Devin for the last few fights he's had. Did you see I walked with the weigh-in?
I see you with the tracksuits with Sarah and all that.
We went to the weigh-in with them the day what was it? Was that Jojo Diaz
with the preacher guy?
Yeah. Go back to Venezuela, Porsche monkey.
Yeah. he's a madman. He's a madman.
Was it the preacher?
Yeah.
So I would go with him. But Shakur Steven, hell of a talent. My guy, Coach K, trains him. And my unks in America is his manager.
Oh, wow.
So the relationships is mad.
Small world, yeah. BMW or Mercedes?
I'm an Audi man,
No, but you got to pick one of them two because that will come up, but I'm going to put it against something else.
Okay, so they say black man love BMW, but that was old school, fam.
Yeah, that's 90s.
I'm going with Mercedes, man.
Audi or Lexus?
Lexus needs to go in the bin. Audi shit, homeboy.
Lexus is a real yard man.
Forget that garbage.
Rolls Royce or Bentley?
I want the RR, baby.
Dark skin or light skin? Slimline or curvy?
Curvy.
Garage or house?
I like house.
R&B or slow jams?
R&B.
Dancehall or Afro beats?
I'm a bashman, yardman, so I like bashman, but I do love Afro beats though.
Dancehall, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Reggae or revival?
Reggae probably.
Jollof rice or rice and peas?
Rice and peas, but jealous hard as well.
Beef patty or saltfish patty?
Don't eat meat, so saltfish.
Okay. I was going to say peppered steak or oxtail.
Don't eat meat.
All right. The Rum Kitchen or Healthy Eaters?
I used to go healthy eaters actually.
Yeah. You venture Turtle Bay?
I've been there, so it's not all that. It's some washout thing.
Fridge Bar or Brixton Mass?
Ooh, my memories of those places are totally different to people. Trust me, fam. Trust me, but I used to love both of them places, to be honest.
So which one did you go with?
I think Brixton Mass used to have some good times we did.
Yeah. South Beach or Granaries?
Rascal, South Beach, you remember that?
Yeah.
Love
There were some pictures of me in there. I was looking fly.
South Beach, come on, that is the real old school. What the
Come
hell?
on. See, you're surprised, isn't it?
Yeah.
Acid or jungle?
I'll go jungle.
Telepathy or roast?
Wow, telepathy. Mad.
Desert Storm or biology?
I used to like that biology.
Yeah. Iron Apple or Ibiza?
I've never been none of them.
America or Dubai?
America, 100%.
This one's between three. So East Coast, West Coast, or the South. This is in America.
West Coast, I'm West Coast cat.
In the UK, city life or countryside?
I'm a city cat, but do you know what? I've moved out a little bit, but I still like I need to, within reach, that country business, Father Ted and all that, man. I'm not really there with the tractors here.
Irish Moss or Guinness Punch?
Irish Moss.
Top Rank or PBC?
I watch a little bit more Top Rank fights. PBC's okay. Or is it Al Heyman and stuff, but maybe one day I'll link him and then we can become better brethren. Look out for me.
Gully or Gaza?
Gaza,
yeah. Ninja Man or Super Cat?
Rascal, Ninja Man. The next month, you throw that buckle, I'll go get shot.
In the 1990s. Don't let me come down, let me come. Don't. You see, Ninja Man, give me a cork. So if I can't give me a cork, you know. I'll remember that. I'll never forget that clash. Sizzler or Capleton?
Capleton's hard.
Mavado or Vibes?
Mavado or Vibes. Ah, fuck that Vibes, bro.
John Holt or Beres Hammond?
Beres Hammond,
Dennis Brown or Garnet Silk?
Ooh. I used to love Garnet Silk before they killed him, boy. Garnet, he's hard, man.
Yeah, he's my favourite. Tiger or Papa San?
Tiger was cold as well.
Lady Saw or Spice?
Lady Saw was cold.
Yeah. And that is the end of the penultimate round. So thank you very much, man, for coming down. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me. Ragga.
Ragga tonic, cherry wine. And pleasure to have you. And have you got any last things to tell the supporters,
no, you can
viewers?
just check me out. Check out the Blvckbox Global page on Instagram, the Blvckbox Global page on YouTube. Subscribe. And the Dean Whyte Instagram. Check us out. Subscribe. Follow the journey and follow the fighters. It's all good.
And there you have it, guys. Is another episode of the Neutral Corner from fightfantvlive. It's Danny Glover with Big Dean Whyte. And remember, guys, persistence beats resistance. You know what it is.